Welcome to my channel, Living in Rio. At this very moment in time, I'm standing on the border of Copacabana with the sister neighborhood of Leme. So where you're looking now is the Leme area. I took you to the beach part, which is over there in another video. And so it's the same. To your right, the beach area would be Copacabana, and to your left, and the buses come and ruin it for me. Let me go up. There we go. I just go up. Okay. So to the left is Leme, to the right is Copacabana, and this is Avenida Princesa Isabel. Okay, and a good point of reference is the Hilton Hotel here. So if you ever end up in Rio, most likely you're gonna be in or around Copacabana. And if you wanna visit Leme, all you have to do is find out where the Hilton is. And then today I'm gonna take you to the residential part where people live, the apartments and so on. Some firemen doing their exercises on the bicycle lane, which is for everyone, I guess. I use it with my bicycle, but people also run and do exercises. So we're saying kind of goodbye to the Copacabana side, and we're heading towards Leme. Leme can be, by the way, the temperature is 27 degrees centigrade, okay? And it's almost 5:45 in the afternoon. I describe Leme as a mini Copacabana. And it's almost like a village feel to it, okay? So if you like Copacabana, you've been here before, Leme is the quieter version. And many people love it for that. I'm gonna take a walk this way, give you another view until the traffic stops. There we go, traffic coming from Copacabana. And here we are. Well, it's green now, we can pass. When I say a quiet residential area, I still mean that they have their bars and restaurants and so on, okay? Maybe quiet by Brazilian standards. Already very interesting looking businesses here. Sonho lindo. That means beautiful dream. So we're just walking deep into it, the area. Notice the concentration of apartments. Roast chicken. So basically, if you live here in this relatively small area, you don't need to really come out. The supermarket, Carioca, they sell mainly fruits and vegetables. Hairdressers, bakery. Already we're a few seconds in and you got all of that choices as a resident or as a visitor. Açaí, the famous Brazilian fruit juice that gives you a lot of vitamin C and energy. Much loved by the sports community here, especially the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu community. They gobble that stuff up. See another residential street. Gets quieter there. But I'm going to take you through the main street of Leme, which is nothing compared to the main street of Copacabana, which is Avenida Nossa Senhora de Copacabana, which we've been to before. Interesting apartment setups. There, another access to the beach area. And this side, I wanted to just show you a building that really captures my imagination, my heart. No, I don't live here. I bought a place here to live, but not this one. This is more expensive, but very charming. Old style building here. That would be the perfect place to live. I would guess they have a swimming pool somewhere, maybe on the roof or somewhere. Beautiful. It's got character. Rest of the building, they don't look much, as you can see. But they usually roomy inside, many of them, and you can have a good quality of life inside. But outside they look kind of bland. Ironic for an apartment building or any apartment building in the most beautiful city in the world, but what can I say? It's an Italian restaurant here, Amici maybe. Okay, we're hitting the main street now of Leme. Gustavo Sampaio, excuse me. Gustavo Sampaio. And it starts there, Princesa Isabel, everywhere. And it goes down. So we're gonna take a walk. You see, no comparison with the main street in Copacabana, Nuestra Señora de Copacabana, or even Visconti de Pirajá in Ipanema. This neighborhood is a different deal, different feel, different experience. Okay. Bread and sweet things. Street traders. I like to see street traders. That represents. That's Orla Rio. That's the real estate agent that found the apartment for me. Although in a previous video I mentioned I have a real estate agent who helps me with things. He didn't find this apartment, but this was just luck. Yeah. With him, it wouldn't have been luck. It would have been because he really looked for it. So that's the guy I always recommend to friends who visit here, to find apartments for them. Look at that, street trade. One of those areas that you don't need a car to live in. Exactly like Copacabana or Ipanema or Leblon, you don't really need a car, okay? Pharmacy, and that's the famous Zona Azul supermarket. This branch is open 24 hours a day, which is good for people like me. Because for me, all the fun happens at night here in Rio. Builders materials, even for that, you know, you got places here. Very villagey feel to this place. I had coffee here, very nice place, charming place. And friendly people, as always. This is Shirley Restaurant. They're famous for their seafood. Give you a little.
Tomar café, tá? Agora eu vou tomar cafeína da Coca-Cola gelada.
Not my cup of tea or my food, but it's famous for seafood and all that stuff. I'm a meat eater. Meat is the best food for me. So I will be living on this street. I won't show you where because I'm worried about jealous husbands, but I'm really looking forward to coming here and settling down. I'm in a right now temporary apartment in Copacabana. There you go, there's one for sale. Hey, if you hurry up, you might catch this one and buy it. This looks quite big actually, this apartment. Interesting. And because of the tall buildings, it's kind of fresher here than it would be on the beach side. Oh, gymnasium. Basically, wherever you go in Rio, you got a gymnasium. Probably near cemeteries they have them too. It's just people love their exercises. Another supply shop for people building and fixing things. That's the Windsor Leme Hotel. We'll have a better look. It's a very old style kind of bakery and luncheonette, like little snacks place. Old style. This is like, looks like the 70s are here. Very nice, very charming. That's Windsor Leme Hotel. Another point of reference. The beach. The further you walk, the closer you kind of get to the beach. The street kind of swerves closer to the beach. It's another street, it's residential. And this is the Carioca fruit vendors and vegetable vendors. Mainly fruits, vegetables, and some other stuff like eggs. I think one of the shortcomings of Rio is too many high-rise buildings. Kind of it prevents most people living here from seeing the beauty of this city, the beautiful setup of the city, because you're just blocked by buildings. I guess when they were built, there were not many regulations, and I'm not fond of government regulation, but sometimes it has to make sense. You got to do it, and also lack of houses, because imagine living in a beautiful city like this, but in your own house with your garden and swimming pool. Obviously there are areas you can buy houses, but in Copacabana and Ipanema, Leme, difficult. There are a few, but difficult. There's a shortage of space. So, but luckily, if you go to the Barra area, and areas like Niterói, which is another town, city, connected by that huge bridge, there you can find houses easier. And if you go to places like Búzios, where I went, well, you're gonna find lots of houses in gated communities. Paradise. I mean, one of the things about Búzios is when I go there, I don't want to come to Rio. But the problem is when I'm in Rio, I don't want to go anywhere else either. It's kind of a love affair. This lady just bumped into me. Thank God. Hey, I appreciate it when I get it. And here we go, walking. Even quieter this part than it was in the beginning part of the street. So if you're into living in houses, which I don't blame you, because if you've been working hard all your life in Europe or in the Northern Hemisphere and you want to enjoy life, houses give you another kind of experience. Especially if you can get your own garden and your own fruit trees and swimming pool, and just sit in the evening, have a little bit of fruit or a coffee and enjoy the evening breeze, the tropical breeze. That's what life is about. Okay, life is not about driving fantasy cars and spending money on city stuff. Rarely people get fulfilled with that. So here we are, another street that runs parallel to Gustavo Sampaio, and then it joins it. Just in case, here is the name of the street, Gustavo Sampaio. And before finding my apartment here, I looked at an apartment in this building. The other side of this building has sea view, but they have some law here that if you're in a building that has a sea view, you gotta pay extra taxes and things like that, which kind of sounds very communistic to me. And people who know me, they know what I think of communists. So I gave up on that, you know. My wife liked it too, but we gave up on that because paying taxes for your view, I mean, what is this, feudalism? So anyway, especially in my case, I wouldn't even get the view. I mean, the apartment was on this side of the street. So it's you got city government regulations, and they might take it away one day, but I don't think the current government will do it because, I mean, you know, when it comes to low IQ politicians, the current government here is kind of on the top of the list, amongst the top of the list. They got plenty of competition, I know, in the Northern Hemisphere as well, everywhere else. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Get hidden spots. But you make the best. You find somewhere you love, and then you make the best of it and live your life to the full. Another apartment for sale there. I have no idea. It's big. It might be big actually. At least 2-bedroom, I would say. You could get a studio apartment here, probably for less than $100,000. US dollars. But again, I don't know in what shape, okay? Sometimes you get good deals. You can just move in. 2-bedroom apartments, you're looking more like more than $100,000. Unless it's like broken up in pieces, which you have to fix, and then. But that could be a good investment proposal, because then you buy something for maybe, I don't know, $70,000, and then you fix it up. You spend $20,000 on it, and then, you know, then you can sell it for a lot more. The beach there. We're coming to the end of the residential part. Obviously, there are the back streets and so on, but it's a relatively small area. And I guess if you're going to a brand new country, maybe it's good to live in a smaller area, maybe. If you have the money, I would recommend Ipanema, okay? But you should probably, if you're, you know, like a mortal, and you need to be careful with what you spend it on, your money on. You have to maybe live in a smaller area where you can find yourself your way around and absorb it, internalize the culture a little bit, and then you can maybe venture out. I have a friend of mine from France who just bought an apartment here, and he could have bought something bigger and so on, but he just bought a small apartment in Copacabana. And he said it's just a new phase in his life. He came here for the for his final time, right? He's gonna stay in January. So look at that. We saw this apartment building from the beach side in another video. So my friend said, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I love it here. If things work out, then, you know, I'll invest more, get something better. So I guess that makes sense too. Hey, they let anyone park here. Okay, in another video we've been to this side, but on the beach, yeah? On the beach side, promenade side. And we walked through underneath that little mountain. because some great views. But we leave it here. I hope you have a good idea about Leme. Any questions? Ask me in the comments. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get as much information, not so much technical, but on the feel, okay? Because you can have all the technical information, but if you don't have the feel for the place, which means you have to come yourselves, okay? All I'm doing for you is just giving you an idea of what I feel like here, okay? Well, in this great, beautiful, special city called Rio de Janeiro. All the best, and see you in the next video.